Do you keep telling yourself, "I'll do it later," and then never actually do it? You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just human. And procrastination is your brain's way of trying to protect you. But what if I told you that procrastination isn't really about poor time management? It's about how your mind processes fear, reward, and pressure. In this video, we'll explore the psychology behind procrastination and share practical, science-backed tools you can start using today to finally break the cycle. Let's begin. Part 1. The psychological roots of procrastination. So why do we procrastinate? Psychologists have found that procrastination has less to do with laziness and more to do with emotional regulation. First, there's the fear of failure, because they give us immediate relief. It's your brain's way of avoiding discomfort. If you believe that your work has to be perfect, starting becomes terrifying. You wait for the perfect moment, which never actually comes. When you're afraid that your work won't be good enough, your brain tries to avoid the task altogether. That way, you don't have to face the possibility of failing. Then there's perfectionism. Intrinsic motivation, on the other hand, comes from personal satisfaction, curiosity, or purpose. In other words, if something matters to you personally, you'll be more likely to start and stick with it. And to fix it, we need to address the emotional triggers behind it. Big, vague goals like finish the assignment can feel overwhelming. Instead, break them down into small, clear steps. For example, write the first paragraph, or outline 3 points. Procrastination can also be a coping mechanism. When we're overwhelmed or anxious, we choose distractions like scrolling or watching videos. When you beat yourself up for procrastinating, it creates more stress, and that stress fuels even more procrastination. Another major factor is something called time discounting. This method helps you prioritize by asking 2 questions. Is it important, and is it urgent? Tasks that are both important and urgent go first. For example, writing between 10 and 11, break from 11 to 11:15, and so on. This structure removes decision fatigue and gives your day a clear rhythm. Tasks that are not important and not urgent can be eliminated. This makes sure you're not just being busy, but productive. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure. When you pair task completion with reward, it begins to crave the satisfaction of finishing. This is a mental bias, where we prioritize short-term rewards over long-term benefits. When others know, you're more likely to follow through because it's no longer just in your head. These micro-successes build confidence, and confidence fuels momentum. So instead of working on a long project that pays off next week, we pick something easy and pleasurable now. At its core, procrastination isn't about time. It's about emotions. Part 2. The science of motivation and focus. Or maybe it's simply starting your day with one small, easy win. The strategy doesn't matter as much as the consistency. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Is it during long tasks, when you're tired, or when you're uncertain about what to do next? Write them down. Awareness is the first step to control. Adjust accordingly. Treat yourself like a scientist, experimenting with different tools until you find what sticks. After 4 rounds, take a longer break. This method helps reduce overwhelm and builds focus by turning big tasks into short, manageable bursts. Focus on one thing today. One task, one decision. Now let's look at what actually drives us to take action. A message from your brain that something feels unsafe, unclear, just not fulfilling. If this helped you, consider subscribing for more psychology-backed strategies to help you grow, think, and live better. There are 2 types of motivation: extrinsic and intrinsic. It's okay to get help. In fact, it's a strength. Extrinsic motivation comes from external rewards like money, grades, or praise. Just try one strategy for a few days and adjust as needed. Studies show that the more you connect a task with your internal values and interests, the less likely you are to procrastinate. Another key idea is goal clarity. Also, don't underestimate the power of self-compassion. Being kind to yourself doesn't make you weak. It gives you the space to try again. Let me know when you're ready for the next part, which will cover practical strategies, positive reinforcement, and habit building. Part 3. Practical strategies to stop procrastinating. Let's now talk about what you can actually do to break the habit of procrastination. The first is the Pomodoro technique. It's simple. The second tool is the Eisenhower Matrix. Another effective method is time blocking. Instead of keeping an open to-do list, you assign each task a specific time slot in your day. The key with all of these tools is to start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire schedule overnight. Part 4. Power of positive reinforcement. Now here's something most people ignore: rewards. Every time you complete a task, no matter how small, reward yourself. It can be a short break, a walk, or a favorite activity. Accountability also helps. Tell someone what you plan to do. And don't forget to celebrate small wins. Finished a page? Marked one thing off your list. That's progress. Acknowledge it. Let me know when you're ready for the final part, which includes sustainable habit building and the closing message. Part 5. Building long-term habits. Procrastination isn't something you eliminate once. It's a habit you learn to manage. Start by identifying your triggers. When do you procrastinate the most? Next, build a system that works for you. Maybe it's using a planner, Maybe it's setting digital boundaries? Self-reflection is also important. At the end of the week, take 5 minutes to ask yourself, what worked? What didn't? What distracted me? There are also external tools that can help. Productivity apps, online focus groups, or even speaking to a therapist. If procrastination is deeply tied to anxiety or low self-esteem, the goal isn't to become perfectly productive. The goal is to become aware, intentional, and a little better each day. Procrastination is not a flaw in your character, it's a signal. Now that you understand the psychology behind it, you don't have to fight it blindly. You have the tools, you know the steps. Start small. Over time, these small choices become powerful habits, and those habits shape your future. Take back your time. You deserve it.